Hey YouTube, what's up? It's me again, and I thought I'd do another live streaming video to explain why I decided to do my first ever live streaming video of me watching a Filthy Frank DVD in the early hours of this morning. Basically, the main reason why I did that is because I wanted to see how YouTube live streaming would work, and it seems to work pretty well for me. So I thought I honestly thought I'd spend a fair bit doing my second live stream on YouTube and see how it goes. A lot of people don't know, a lot of people on YouTube probably don't know who I am, because I'm not really, my YouTube channel isn't really that popular, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've had a YouTube account for a fair few years now, but I've literally only just started to post videos on my YouTube channel like literally a couple of months ago. So in terms of posting live videos on YouTube, I'm still, you know, fairly new to this stuff. So, and I'm really hoping to expand my subscribers and audience on YouTube as much as I can. So I thought maybe me doing a second live stream on YouTube would be the way to do it. So maybe a lot of people on YouTube probably don't know this, but my name is Gowdy Pierce, and I've got a YouTube channel that's basically my YouTube account is called, sorry guys, I'm stuttering here. But yeah, basically my live YouTube channel, fuck's sake. Basically, my YouTube channel is basically the same as my name, Gowdy Pierce. And what my YouTube channel basically specialises in is from everything that's, you know, YouTube videos, music videos like Metallica, Green Day, Linkin Park, Slipknot, Within Temptation, and all them other bands, like mainly talking about stuff like that. And also a lot of my YouTube channel, I'm trying to make it very heavily involved in cosplay related topics as well. So I'm hoping that I'm really hoping that the more videos that I post on Facebook, hopefully maybe one day the more of a wider audience I'll attract to my YouTube channel. A lot of people don't know this about me, but as I just previously mentioned, I love listening to metal and heavy metal music. I mean, I absolutely love listening to bands like Green Day, Metallica, Slipknot. What else? I used to listen to the Erasmus years and years ago. And I used to listen to bands quite a lot like him, Within Temptation, Delane now and again, and all them other metal bands that are basically American and European based, because a lot of the bands that you get from a lot of bands that I've listened to from different parts of Europe are absolutely amazing. Like Within Temptation, I can't exactly remember what country they're from, but that's embarrassing considering I used to listen to them quite a lot when I was younger. But yeah, Within Temptation are an amazing band. They really are. And so all the other bands out there, like him, which I know definitely knows a Finnish band. I'm gonna go off topic quickly and say that, you know, I personally think it sucks that him have decided to call it a day. I mean, him were an awesome band. And I've got a friend from secondary school who used to listen to him all the time, and he's told me he's seen them live a couple of times, and he told me they're absolutely amazing live. And another thing that I like to do during my spare time is play on my guitar quite a lot. I usually do guitar lessons. I mostly do guitar lessons on a Thursday. That's pretty much it. Apart from that, there's nothing really exciting about my life, really. Another thing that I like to do during my spare time is, whenever I get the chance, is to train in the martial art known as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Basically, in case there's people out there that don't know what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is, it's basically a Brazilian martial art. It's basically a grappling martial art that involves arm bars, joint locks, gi chokes, and all that sort of stuff. Basically choking each other out of your own gis, putting each other in arm bars, rear naked chokes. It's basically a grappling, but it's basically a grappling based art. And I train at a MMA academy in Strood in Medway, England, called Combat Sports Academy. And I usually go up there on a Monday and Wednesday. I usually go up there on a Monday and Wednesdays doing 2 classes each. And I've been training in the art known as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for nearly 8 years now. And I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how it goes in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Anybody who is fairly new to the art known as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or any other martial art that has a belt grading system, then you're always going to start off at white belt every single time. And also in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you start off as a white belt, and in order to progress, it goes white belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt, red and black, red and white, and finally red. And in order to progress from white belt to blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you need to have 4 stripes on your white belt to progress to blue belt. And if you want to progress from blue belt to purple belt, it's pretty much the same thing. 4 stripes on your blue belt to progress to purple belt. And basically same again with brown belt. And then when you get to the rank of black belt, you can actually get more stripes on your black belt. But a lot of people don't know this. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, when you reach the rank of black belt, they're no longer called stripes, they're referred to as degrees. Pardon me. But yeah, when you reach the rank of black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, they're no longer referred to as stripes, they're referred to as degrees. And apparently, according to what my head instructor, Lee Johnson, basically Lee Johnson is the guy who owns Combat Sports Academy in Strood, Medway. And he's basically Lee Johnson is basically a 2nd degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he's been training in the martial art, I think, for over 20 years now. So yeah, the guy definitely knows his stuff in terms of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He really does. Like, he's been at this game for a long time. And I think, according to what I've got other two main Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructors who train me on the Mondays and Wednesdays, and they go by the names of Mick Hall and Adam Watts. And both Mick Hall and Adam Watts are very, very good black belts in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And just recently, a couple of months back, they both got their 1st degrees on their black belts. So yeah, these guys have been training, I think, in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for over 10 years now, I think. So maybe over 10, 12 years, I think. I'm not too sure. And Mick Hall, he's got an older brother called Dan, who is also now a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I think Dan Hall has been training at Lee Johnson's academy at Combat Sports Academy for just over 10, maybe 12 years now, I think. So yeah, a lot of these guys are fairly experienced and very highly technically skilled when it comes to the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm not too sure if I'm right about this, but I think in order to progress to black belt to red and black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you need like 7 or 8 degrees on your black belt, which is fucking insane, and I've heard can take decades to achieve. Then it's the same again. You need to get a few more degrees on your red and black belt to progress to white and red. And then finally, the most you can get on your final belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is red, is like 10 degrees, I think, which is insane. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do on a Wednesday and... Sorry, that's pretty much what I do on a Monday and Wednesday, pretty much. Apart from that, I don't really do much really, except for going to my usual guitar lessons on a Thursday. Sorry guys, I nearly said Saturday. I meant to say Thursday. Do it. there's a lot else you don't know about me. That I'm 30. A couple of months back, I recently just turned 30 years old. Like, which, to be honest, I definitely should not have admitted. Which is probably the wrong thing to do. Admit that I'm actually 30 years old. And there are a lot of people that have watched my YouTube videos in the last couple of months, and I want to say to the people, not guys as such, but to the people that have watched my YouTube videos in the past, I just want to say thanks a million. I really appreciate it. And I'm also really hoping, really hoping to expand my live YouTube audience as well. Like, because at the moment, I haven't really got a lot of subscribers. The most subscribers I've got so far in my YouTube career has been only 2. Only 2 people, which kind of sucks. And I'm really, really hoping to one day change that. Like, I really am. Like, there's another thing I like to do in my spare time is going to Comic-Con conventions. For all fellow cosplay and Comic-Con related fans out there, to those who have been to Comic-Con in the past, I've been to a fair few in London myself, like, and to people that have been to Comic-Con events in their life, you can all agree with me that going to a Comic-Con convention is absolutely fucking amazing. It really is. Like, it's just like extraordinary. It's like you can at the stalls and tables at Comic-Con, you can literally get stuff there that you can't buy anywhere else in stores in the UK or any other place that's got a Comic-Con convention. I remember the first ever time I went to a Comic-Con was back in May 2014. And it was also my first time cosplaying. At that time, I was cosplaying as the Green Arrow from Arrow. And it was my first time at a Comic-Con event, and I absolutely fucking loved it. Like, I just fucking loved it. It was Comic-Con is fucking unreal. And around October that same year, I went again to the same London Comic-Con. But this time around, I wasn't cosplaying as the Green Arrow. I was cosplaying as Heath Ledger's version of the Joker from Batman: The Dark Knight, which I absolutely loved. And also, a really cool thing that I love about doing London Comic Con is basically having a chance to have your picture taken with... It's getting a chance to have your picture taken with the special guests at London Comic Con. I know a lot of these guys charge a, you could say, ridiculous amount of money to have your photo taken with them, but it's, I think, honestly, depending who is actually one of the special guests at London Comic Con or any other Comic Con in the world, depending who they are, I'd probably say that it'd be worth it. Depending who the special guest is, I think. And to be honest, I've been to Comic Con in London at the MCM Arena quite a few times. Like I just mentioned, the first ever time I went was back in May 2014, October 2014, and then around August time, I went to the Comic Con event in Dublin, Ireland, which was just as good. Don't get me wrong, it's a Comic Con event. It was fucking amazing, but in terms of sheer size and venue, it wasn't as big as what the MCM Arena is in London. But that don't seem to make much of a difference, because the Comic Con event in Dublin is just getting immensely popular now. Like, I think the Dublin Comic Con event in Dublin, Ireland, has just been growing and growing and growing in terms of popularity. There used to be a time when it used to be on once a year for a couple of days, but now it's gotten that popular that they've actually moved it to... It's like they actually now have Comic Con on in Dublin, Ireland twice a year, which is just absolutely insane. It's also a testament to how... I've got to confess, I think it's also a testament to how popular Comic Con in Ireland is getting as well, because we all know Comic Con originally started off in America, and Comic Con has just been getting fucking insanely popular the last couple of years. Ever since it originated from America is where Comic Con obviously originally originated from. And also the last Comic Con I went to was back in October last year in London again, which was pretty cool. And what was really cool for me at going to the London Comic Con event last year in October was I actually got to shake hands with one of the guys who played one of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the popular mid-1990s television series. The first special guests that I've had my pictures taken with is Austin St. John and Walter Jones. Austin St. John and Walter Jones, and basically those guys. Austin St. John originally played Jason, the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, and Walter Jones played Zack, the Black Ranger, in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as well. And the really cool thing is, it was around October 2014 when I actually had my picture taken with both of them when I was cosplaying as a Joker. And even though I only spoke to them for a couple of seconds, like, actually getting a chance to meet them and have my picture taken with them briefly was absolutely incredible for me. It really was. And to be honest, like, I was a huge Power Rangers fanboy growing up in the mid-1990s, throughout the rest of the 1990s, and watching them guys, having my picture taken with these guys who I loved watching on TV during the 90s was something like a dream come true for me. And I know probably a lot of diehard Power Rangers fans don't get that opportunity. So, do I think I'm lucky having to have my picture taken with two of the original Power Rangers? I'd have to say, fuck yeah, I'm extremely lucky. I'm extremely lucky, to be honest. Like, and there's also something that I was super stoked about as well. That when I went to Dublin Comic Con. When I went to Dublin Comic Con in Ireland in August 2015, I got to have my picture taken with Steve Cardenas. For those who don't know who he is, Steve Cardenas played Rocky the Second ignore that last bit. Basically, Stephen Cardenas played Rocky the Second Red Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I've actually had my picture taken with him as well, and I was that proud of having my picture taken with him that I've even got my picture taken with him and put it in a portrait. If you guys bear with me for just 1 second, I'm going to show you. Like, I know all of YouTube is looking up at the ceiling for the moment, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm recording this on my iPad, and oh. I should get a drink of water because my throat is as dry as anything. But if you guys bear with me, I'm just going to get it. Like, oh. Right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back again, and just to prove to the YouTube community that I'm not bullshitting with anyone, here is actual proof. The big guy is, as you can probably tell, the great big dude in that picture is me. And who am I? And guess who I'm guess posing right next to me? None other than the one and only Stephen Cardenas. And Stephen Cardenas, the guy who played Rocky the Second Stephen Cardenas, who played Rocky the Second Red Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, he actually agreed to allow me to have my picture taken with him. And just to make it extra cooler, he gave me his Red Ranger helmet prop for me to hold just for that picture. And he's a really cool guy. I actually spent a couple of minutes talking to him and saying that I was a huge fan of the show and all that. And he said, and he looked up, he looked me right, he looked me right in the eye and said, "I appreciate that, buddy. I'm glad to have had the support." Like, I couldn't believe, you know, I couldn't believe how humble and down to earth this guy is. Like, he really is. Like, and that he actually agreed, that he actually allowed me to have my picture taken with him just for this selfie, meant the world to me. And that was really, really cool. And that, to me, that was just really, really cool. Like, and that's something I won't forget anytime soon. Right, I don't usually do this sort of thing, but I don't know. I don't know if he could probably. I don't know if Stephen Cardenas has a YouTube account or YouTube channel, whatever it's called, but he's probably not watching this. But I just want to say, if Stephen Cardenas is watching this right now, I've got to say one thing only. Stephen Cardenas, can I just say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for allowing me to have my picture taken with you on that very day. Like, it meant the absolute world to me to have my picture taken with one of the guys who played one of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the mid-1990s. That was super cool. That was super cool. For me, that was super cool for you to do that with me. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Stephen Cardenas. It means a lot. It really does. I'm hoping that Stephen Cardenas is actually reading this video. I really do, because, like I've just said already, like, having my picture taken with him meant a lot. Like, it really did. And also, probably a lot of guys. Another thing that a lot of people probably don't know about me is that in terms of rank in belt progress in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and all that, or belt rank more accurately, just to clear the air, that people will probably ask me what rank am I in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and basically I'm going to say that, to be frank, the rank I'm at in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is purple belt with 2 stripes. I'm hoping to... Can't get my words out, sorry guys. What I'm hoping to do one day is basically progress to... is one day, maybe some point next year, is progress to the rank of brown belt. And if I was able to progress to the rank of brown belt, that would be like super, super cool for me. Because when I first originally started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I think around 2010, I had a lot of doubts. I'm going to confess right now, I did actually seriously have a lot of doubts about myself. Because, you know, if you can probably tell by looking at me, I'm not exactly one of the healthiest guys around. I'm not the lightest, I'm not the fastest, and I'm certainly not the strongest. But when I first started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu back in 2010, I did have a lot of doubts about myself. I did doubt myself quite a lot, thinking, am I ever going to get this far in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or any other martial art? But the thing is, though, I think, without sounding funny, I think eventually I was actually able to prove myself wrong. I do take a lot of breaks. I do take a lot of breaks from training now and again, but the important thing for me is that I've actually kept training in the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu whenever I can. And I'm going to be frank with you, I never ever thought in my life, when I first started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or as a lot of people call it, BJJ for short, I honestly never thought that I'd achieve the rank of blue belt, never mind purple belt, like, and to be able to prove myself wrong, about how much I could achieve, I even surprised myself, to be honest. Like, I guess really it goes to show that I think really it just goes to show that you never know what you're truly capable of achieving if you truly put your heart and mind to it. And when I first started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's what I had to prove to myself. And I'm still hoping to continue to train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu twice a week whenever I get the chance. I'm trying to think now, like... I got no idea. I can't remember what the fuck I was going to say. A lot of people probably don't know this about me, but I'm also a big fan of watching films from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, nearly every single Marvel Cinematic Universe that's been aired since 2008 I've seen. From Iron Man to the Hulk. I think there might have been one or two Marvel Cinematic Universe films I haven't seen, but I think around 90% of them I've actually seen in cinema whenever I've got the chance. I've got to say, the one thing I am looking forward to is, I don't know whether it's this month or next month, but the one thing I have got to honestly say, the one thing I am looking forward to is Avengers Infinity War Part 1. And I'm definitely looking forward to the second part that's coming out at some point next year. Right, as every Marvel Cinematic Universe fanboy knows, that every single Marvel Cinematic Universe film that's ever been released since 2008 has been leading up to this one moment. It's all been leading up to this one moment where every Marvel Cinematic Universe hero will basically duke it out with the Mad Titan known as Thanos. And I've seen a lot of the trailers for it, and I've got to say, Avengers Infinity War is shaping up. Basically, Avengers Infinity War is shaping up to look absolutely fucking amazing, no doubt about it. And the big question that's been on everyone's lips is, who will get killed off in Avengers Infinity War? People have been guessing that it's going to be either Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, or Steve Rogers, aka Captain America. And who do I honestly think is going to get killed off in Avengers Infinity War? But I might be completely wrong about this, but I reckon if there's anyone that might get killed off in Avengers Infinity War, it might very possibly be Captain America. Because I don't know whether this is true or not, I've been hearing a lot of rumours online that Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, apparently there's been a lot of rumours speculating online that Chris Evans is ready to hang up the gloves as Captain America. Whether that's true or not, I honestly don't know, but I think it might have been an entirely different actor. I think it might have very possibly been Robert Downey Jr. I think there was also rumours speculating online that Robert Downey Jr. is getting pretty close to hanging up the gloves as Iron Man. So honestly, after talking about both parties, I honestly don't know who might get killed off in Avengers Infinity War. But more than anything, I'd probably say it might be Captain America. But that's just a wild guess, so honestly, don't hold me on that. It probably wouldn't be a good idea to hold me on that, because I might probably be wrong and fuck it all up for everyone. So, don't hold me on that. What else a lot of people probably don't know about me is that I'm also a wannabe photographer. I mean, I did a one-day photography course up in London with some bloke called Steve Hedges, and this Steve Hedges guy really knows his stuff. Like, basically this Steve Hedges guy, he's a self-employed photographer, and he's basically been doing it professionally for over 27 years. And he's done photography of all kinds, like he's done photography in all kinds, like commercial, wedding, and all sorts. And I did a one-day photography course with him last November, and this guy really knows his stuff. I mean, I learned stuff about photography and all that I didn't even know was possible about photography. And I was impressed by Steve Edge's photography course that much that I've actually booked another one-day photography course this early September with him. So I'm hoping that's gonna, I'm really hoping that's gonna go well. I really do. And also at some point in the near future, I really am hoping to do another one of these live stream videos. And I'm also hoping that maybe one day in the near future, or maybe this year, that whether it be alright with Lee Johnson and my other instructors, if I could get the chance to do an actual live stream of us training live at Combat Sports Academy. And I'll get that way I'll be able to personally show you guys about what goes on behind closed doors at Combat Sports Academy. If anybody wants to train in wrestling, judo, Muay Thai, which is Thai kickboxing, or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, then you guys, and if you live in the Medway area, you guys definitely should give Combat Sports Academy a go. You really should. The knowledge these guys have is absolutely unbelievable. What else? What else was there? Oh, apart from me trying to expand my YouTube channels even more, what a lot of people probably don't know about. Sorry, I keep covering the camera. Also, what a lot of people probably don't know about me is that I'm also trying to dab my hand in online blogging as well, because I've got an actual online blog called Pierce's Cosplay Blog. Not cosplay blog. Basically, I've got an online blog through Google AdSense called Pierce's Cosplay Blog, and a couple of months ago I created a second one called Pierce's Cosplay Blog 2. I know I haven't really posted. I know I really haven't posted anything. I know I haven't really posted anything about my online blogs recently, but I have been fairly busy with a lot of stuff lately. So, to be honest, I'm hoping to get back into that quite soon. I really am. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do, but I hardly ever get the time to do it. So whenever I do get the chance to do something, whenever I set my mind to something, I'm not easily deterred. Whenever I want to achieve something, I usually set my mind to it until it's achieved. That's another thing that people, that's usually another thing, that's something else that people need to know about me. Oh, and speaking of me dabbling, and also speaking of me dabbling my hand at live online blogging, I've also just very recently created a, I've very recently created a Facebook group for people. Basically, I've created a new page group on Facebook for people who are into YouTube, music, cosplaying, and who train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I've actually created it a couple of days ago. And can I just say, I'd be really be grateful if there's anyone on Facebook who could please give my new Facebook page group a go and look at. It's called Pierce's YouTube Music, Cosplay and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Group. It's a bit of a unique group page I've created. It is basically everything that's YouTube, music, cosplay and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu related. I thought I'd honestly create this group. Like, So it's a bit of all sorts really for people in that community, particularly in YouTube, cosplay, people like listening to rock, metal music, or even pop music for that matter, and train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I'd be really grateful if you guys on Facebook could please give this group a look at. It's called Pierce's YouTube Music, Cosplay and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Group. If you guys could give that a look at, I'd really appreciate it, because at the moment I've only got like 6 members on it, and I'm really hoping to expand the membership numbers on that group. So if you guys on Facebook could please give that a look for me, I'd be ever so grateful. Can you guys just bear with me a second, because I need to get another drink of water. I know it's not fun for the whole of YouTube to be looking up on the ceiling, but it's not really easy. It's not easy recording. It's not really easy doing a live stream on YouTube, because the cover that my iPad is in is basically broken and as floppy as anything. So you can imagine how hard it is to balance a floppy iPad cover that's supposed to fold out properly but actually doesn't. Which you can imagine can be an absolute fucking nightmare. I mean, with all due respect, it can be an absolute... With all due respect, trying to... Having an iPad cover that basically flops out and is supposed to fold, so you can use it while balancing on stuff and all that. As you guys can imagine, it can be an absolute... As you guys can imagine, it can be an absolute pain in the arse. It really can. I'll be with you guys. I know you guys hate having to look at the ceiling in my bedroom, but I've just got to do a few things, and I'll be with you guys very, very shortly. This is an absolute pain. It really is. This is a fucking absolute colossal pain in the butt for me. Right, if you guys can bear with me a sec, I'm just going to... Right, sorry about this, guys. I know you guys hate looking at the ceiling of my bedroom, ceiling. Not very attractive, but I'll be with you guys very, very shortly. I'm just got to do something on my Facebook. Yeah, sorry. I just want to say I'm really sorry to the whole of the YouTube community, but hey guys, sorry about this, guys. Here is the... Right, I'm very sorry about this, guys. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, and I know it's not a great view looking at my bedroom ceiling, but this is my official... I don't know if you can see that very well due to lighting, but that is the name, that is the official page, that is the official cover photo of this new Facebook group that I've created. I don't know if you can see the writing on that, but it should say Pierce's YouTube Music, Cosplay and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Group there. It should say it on that site. So like I said, if you guys can do me now, you can obviously see that a lot better now due to the lighting going down. But yeah, if you guys can do me a huge favour and please check that out, it would mean the absolute world to me, and it would mean an absolute It'd mean the world to me if you guys could please check this group out and let me know what you think of it. Thanks. I'm just going to quickly, I know you can see my great big massive forehead there, like not exactly an attractive view, but there we go. Right, I'm back again. Sorry to have to keep fucking putting my iPad up and down on the bed, but my arms get tired from holding the iPad for so long. I know it's not great, especially when you're trying to stream a live fucking video for the whole of the YouTube community to see. I can't remember what I was going to say. I think I've run out of words. Now I'm really trying to think, like, what else a lot of people don't know about me is that I like to travel. There are a few things that a lot of people don't know about me is that I like to travel. There are a lot of places that I'd love to go. There are a lot of places that I'd love to go to, but haven't got the money for it. I really haven't. Like, but yeah, there are a lot of places I'd really love to go to one day, and Japan being one of them. There are so many reasons why I want to go out to Japan, because I've seen a lot of videos of what Japan's like on YouTube and all that, and I'm going to be frank with you, Japan looks absolutely fucking amazing. There's actually a friend of mine who trains at Combat Sports Academy as well, and he now teaches. He goes by the name Sam Diplock. I know this Sam Diplock guy very well, and I've got to say he's a very nice, down to earth guy. I've got to confess, even though he's a bit of a short ass, and it don't really matter. He's a short ass and all that, but he's absolutely chill. He's absolutely chill as fuck. Like, he's easygoing. He's great to get along with. He's a good laugh, and he's pretty much into the same stuff I am. And he teaches at Combat Sports Academy as well. Like, he told me that around early 2016 he went out to Japan for 2 weeks, and he told me he absolutely fucking loved it out in Japan for the 2 weeks he was out there for. And this Sam Diplock guy I know, he must have posted at least over 400 photos in total of his time out in Japan. And to be honest, looking at the photos that he's put on his Facebook of Japan, to be honest, who can blame him? Because I've got to say, Japan looks absolutely fucking amazing. And I know this isn't anything cosplay related and all that, but another place that I absolutely love, there is a place that I did recently go to a couple of weeks ago, and it's called, the place I went to a couple of weeks ago is Edinburgh, Scotland. I was out in Edinburgh City for like 3 or 4. I think I was out in Edinburgh City for 4 days, and I have actually got to say I absolutely loved it in Edinburgh in Scotland. And the reason why I went to Edinburgh really is because one of my sisters at some point this year is tying a knot with her fella, so basically, me, my old man, we met up with my brother-in-law to be, his brother, their dad, my brother-in-law to be, his best man, and a few of their mates at the Grassmarket Hotel in Edinburgh. Don't get me wrong, I liked staying at the Grassmarket Hotel. It was super cool. The staff were really friendly, and they've got their own on-site bar as well. The only major downside about staying at the Grassmarket Hotel in Edinburgh was that they did not have breakfast included. So me and my old man for the last couple of days had to go to a local Witherspoons, which was only literally a 10-minute walk. And for the 4 days, we was all in Edinburgh City for. I absolutely fucking loved it. Literally every single night, we all went out and got absolutely slaughtered. In case there are some people out there that don't know what slaughtered means, slaughtered basically, over in England, it's slaughtered is another way for absolutely drunk as fuck, which is exactly what we was like. But I didn't just want to go to Scotland. I didn't want to go to Edinburgh, Scotland, just to get drunk. I loved Edinburgh City for its traditional, because Edinburgh has got a traditional old-fashioned look to it, which I absolutely adore, which I not adored as such, but absolutely loved. Like, Edinburgh's got a really old traditional feel to it, and that's what I thought was really cool about Edinburgh, because you don't really see that in a lot of major cities, particularly capital cities. Is Edinburgh the capital of Scotland? I don't really know, to be honest, but yeah, I've got to say, for the 4 nights I was out in Edinburgh for, I absolutely loved it, and I would absolutely love to go back to Edinburgh City again at some point. Maybe next year or the year after, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much what there is. But yeah, that's pretty much what there is to know about me, to be honest. There ain't really much else to know about me, really. The other thing that I will say is I am really hoping to maybe one day get a job at Combat Sports Academy, being an assistant instructor or something. One of my instructors, Adam Watts, said it would be possible, but maybe you could be my assistant instructor doing the Monday evening classes. And I just said to him, yeah, it sounds good, but I wouldn't know how to get up there, because the only problem is, though, right, I know I'm on YouTube. I know I'm streaming live on YouTube right now, but just for safety reasons, I will not be broadcasting where I live. And the reason why I'm not broadcasting where I live is because, like I just said, mainly for safety reasons, really, because I really do not feel comfortable. I really don't feel comfortable broadcasting where I live. So, you know, it might sound like I'm being paranoid, but I'm really just doing it for safety reasons more than anything. So I'm not going to be broadcasting where I live, because that's just doing that on a live stream on YouTube. You know, that's just not safe, is it? So unfortunately, it's no bueno. I'm not broadcasting where I live. So sorry about that, but that's the way it's got to be. Just for me, solely for safety reasons, solely for safety reasons. What else is there? But yeah, I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping to get a job teaching at Combat Sports Academy one day. But I'm hoping that if I progress high enough, I can more than just. I'm hoping to one day maybe be an assistant instructor, apart from maybe teaching on a Monday evening class. But, you know, we'll have to see. I'll have to cross that bridge when I get to it, I suppose. And maybe if I can get Lee Johnson's permission, I'll be able to do a live stream inside Combat Sports Academy one day and show the whole YouTube community what goes on at Combat Sports Academy. But yeah, I honestly thought that I'd post this live video stream to let people know a bit about myself. And I'm hoping, like I just mentioned earlier on, I'm really hoping to, you know, broaden my YouTube audience even further. If there's anyone on YouTube, if there's any more experienced YouTubers on YouTube who are far more experienced than me, I could really use some helpful advice on how to expand my YouTube audience, which would mean a lot to me, and it would be super cool for me. What else is there to say? What else is there to say, to be honest? Like, I don't really think there is anything else to say, but I'm hoping. I'm definitely gonna keep posting YouTube videos on here because, like I said, I really want to expand my audience even further. But if there is any far more experienced YouTubers on here, if I could really do the advice on how to build my audience up on YouTube, that would mean a lot to me. If I could get some free advice on that, which would mean a lot. Right, I honestly think that's pretty much everything covered. So, right, I'm going to end this live stream and I will see you guys soon then. All right, see you later.